everybody, I'm Miss Karen at Adams Memorial Library. Welcome to February's Bake-A-Tale. Bake-A-Tale is the program where we talk about some stories and recipe to go with them, and maybe a craft or two that you can do while you're waiting for your treats to come out of the oven. So since it's February, are you maybe getting a little bit tired of winter? Yeah, well maybe that's a good time to have a winter party. So this month's theme is Winter Party, because that's what the stories are about. So you could maybe play outside if it's okay, or you can play inside. Maybe do some board games, watch a movie, maybe put up some decorations to cheer everybody up, and maybe make a treat or two like chocolate cake. Chocolate cake's always yummy for a party, or cookies. That's pretty fun too. Now, the theme for this month also could have been called Baking with Bears, and so that's why I brought my bear friend here, because both stories feature bears. Baking Day at Grandma's and Bear's Winter Party. Now, Baking Day at Grandma's is written by Annika Denise and illustrated by Christopher Denise, who is her husband. It's about three little bear cubs who head off one winter day to their grandma's because they're going to bake with her. And guess what they're going to make? For Baking Day at Grandma's this time, they're going to make chocolate cake. So we will too. Bear's Winter Party was written by Deborah Hodge and illustrated by Lisa Sinar. And the bear in this story lives in a forest, and he really likes it there, but he's also a little bit lonely, because all of the other animals are a little bit afraid of him because they think he's really big and he's really fierce and he's got claws and teeth. And so they all kind of leave him alone. But he would like to get to know the other animals better. So he decides that he's going to have a party and invite the other animals. And then maybe they'll see that he's really a kind and gentle bear who likes baking and singing and dancing. So I would definitely want to be friends with this bear. And Bear makes honey ginger cookies. So that's what the cookies will be for this time. So you can check these books out from the library, and you could read them at your winter party if you liked. And when you do the baking, remember, always need to bake with an adult. And it's going to be especially important when you're making the chocolate cake, because for this recipe, it's actually called Grandma Rosie's chocolate cake, from the grandma in the story. And for this one, there's a part in the recipe where you take a cup of boiling water and you put some baking soda in it. And when you do that, friends, let me tell you, it goes up like a volcano. So make sure you put it in a big enough container, a big enough measuring cup that you'll have room for the liquid to expand. And again, that should definitely be something that a grown-up does. But it's really an easy cake to make. You put the dry ingredients in, you put some butter in, you put away the boiling water with the baking soda on top, and then it melts the butter. Then you can mix it all together, put it into the pan, and then bake it. Now in the book, they put icing on the cake afterwards. And instead of doing that, I put powdered sugar and sprinkles on mine. So it still looks festive, but it was even faster to do. So you can do whatever you would like with your cake. Decorate it however you would like. And you can also decorate your cookies however you would like. So these ones are called honey ginger cookies, Bear's honey ginger cookies. And I actually think there's some molasses in them too. So I actually think they taste more like molasses spice cookies and different than the honey cookies that we made in January. But they're easy to make, and they're still yummy. And you can use whatever kind of cookie cutters you like. This cookie dough was easy to roll out, and you don't need to chill it. So they really didn't take very long to make these cookies. Because sometimes when you're rolling out cookies and using cookie cutters, you have to chill the dough. So you have to allow time for that. In this case, you can just mix it and roll it out, cut it out, and bake it. Now, the recipe said if you would like, you could decorate with raisins or candies or chocolate chips or sprinkles. And, I definitely liked. So I decorated mine with chocolate chips, but I added some little ears so they would look like bears. You think? Look kind of like bears, like my friend there. So I just rolled little circles and attached them on to the circle that I cut out with my cookie cutter. And then I also did snowflakes because I had a snowflake cookie cutter, and I decorated those with some different colored sugar. And you'll see why I have snowflakes when you see what our craft will be for the decorations. So the reason I decorated snowflake cookies is because our craft is, one of our crafts is to make tie-dyed snowflakes. So very fancy decorated snowflakes. And when you get your kit for Bake-A-Tale for this month, you can come down to the children's room and get one, or if you would like to call and reserve one, you can call. We'll put one aside for you, or however many you need, and you can pick it up through curbside service. But it will have coffee filters in it, which is what we'll use to make these tie-dyed snowflakes. We'll give you some markers. We'll give you some extra paper in case you would like to decorate this way by mounting your snowflake on paper. Otherwise, you could just use them like this. You could hang them up this way and use them to decorate like that. You can hang them from the ceiling or hang them in front of a window. The most important thing for this craft is to make sure that you're covering up your work surface, because the tie-dye is going to come straight through. So you need to make sure you're working on newspaper or plastic or something so you don't mess up your table. So the first thing you will do is decide how big you would like your snowflake to be. If you want it to be this full size, you can just use the whole coffee filter. If you'd like it to be a little bit smaller, then you can trace a smaller circle on here. I traced a cup, I traced a bowl. So something to make a smaller circle, and then use that. And then your snowflake will be a little bit smaller. So the first thing you will do is, after you've decided what size your snowflake's going to be, what size your circle will be, you'll take the markers and color all over the surface of the coffee filter on top of your protected surface. So fill in all the white space on here with color. And then you will take some water. You can either get a cup of water and take a paintbrush, dip it in the water, and spread it over that way to mix all the colors together. Or you can put the water in a spray bottle and spray it on your decorated filter, and it will mix the colors that way. And then let that dry. And when it's completely dry, you'll take the dry tie-dyed filter and fold it in half. And then you will take it and fold it in half again. So it'll make a little fan. And then you will fold it in half one more time to make an even smaller fan. And it's going to have sort of an open end and a closed end. And then it's time to cut. Now, if you cut all the way through the closed end, your snowflake might fall apart. But that's okay. You can try again with another filter or just make a smaller one. So this is what it'll look like. You take some scissors and just make some cuts. You can round off the top. You can cut the top off like that. You can cut the bottom off and put a hole in it. Cut it however you would like. You never know how it's going to look until you open it. So that's what I think is the most fun part, to open it up and see what your snowflake looks like, because every snowflake's different. So you can open it up and see how it goes, and then hang up your decorations. Or if you would like, you can use your decorations, your snowflake decoration, to decorate an invitation. This one says, "You are invited to a winter party." So you can glue on the snowflake. Or if you're using the black paper like this, if you have white crayons or a silver Sharpie at home, you can use those to decorate too. And then you can invite whoever you would like to your party and have some lovely decorations too. Another fun thing for a party would be a treat box. So there'll be some materials to make a snow friend treat box for you too. So in the kit will be a fancy treat box. So it's going to be a very fancy snow friend because, you know, it's a party. And some materials like eyes and paper to make a nose. Then you can use your markers to decorate a face if you would like this one. I found it was easiest to decorate the box while it was still flat, to put the face on. And then once you are ready to put a scarf on, there'll be some felt in your kit too. I don't know what color it'll be because we just have all different colors here at the library. So you'll have some felt to make a scarf. And you'll probably have to attach the two pieces together. You could glue it together. I use tacky glue on here. You could use tacky glue or liquid glue, or you could just tape it on. So you're going to open up the box like this and flatten out the bottom. Attach your scarf, and if you'd like to tie it, you can do that. And then once you've got it all ready, you can put some cookies inside, or you could wrap up a piece of cake, put that in, make some popcorn if you'd like. You use whatever treats you would like and give them to your guest at the party, or keep them for yourself as a special treat too. So if you make any of these kits, use any of these kits rather, and make the crafts or make the chocolate cake or the cookies, we would love to hear about it. You can take a picture and bring it in and show us, or you could email us the picture at kids@adamslib.org. And if you're not able to get a kit but would like the recipes, you can email or call, and I would be happy to send the recipe out to you for the cake and the cookies. So thank you very much for watching. Again, please come in and get your kit, and happy baking, friends. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.